If you are a coffee lover, then I'm sure at some point in your life you must have thought of getting an espresso machine of your own. I mean, who doesn't want to upgrade their French press or automatic coffee maker to something that can brew coffee at very high pressure? But after watching the prices, you must be in great shock, right? Normally an espresso machine costs hundreds of dollars and some cost even thousands, whereas an excellent auto-drip coffee maker costs around $40. So what's the deal with the high cost of espresso machines? What distinguishes them from standard coffee machines that make them so much more expensive? Let's take a look and see what we can find out. What is espresso? Before we get into the details of the espresso machine and its price, let us give you a little background about what espresso is, how it's made, and what machines must do. Espresso is a thicker and more concentrated coffee than your average cup of joe. You will typically consume 1 ounce of espresso and 8 ounces of coffee. This is due to espresso's stronger flavor and higher caffeine content. The bolder flavor of espresso is due to the way it is prepared. Unlike regular coffee, which is flavored by slowly filtering hot water through it, espresso is made by pressurizing and shooting near boiling water through coffee beans. These coffee beans are finely ground, giving them a cake-like appearance when water is shot through them. This produces a much more complex and caffeine-rich beverage than regular coffee in a much shorter amount of time. What does an espresso machine do? For making the perfect espresso, the machine must be able to create enough pressurized water that can create a caffeine-dense drink in a short period of time. Most coffee machines are incapable of producing pressure high enough for espresso. Actually, to make espresso, you do not need a machine. You can learn to make this drink without a machine, but it takes a lot more time and requires a very accurate eye and hand. Most people would rather spend more money on a machine because of its convenience and ease of use. Why is the price of the espresso machine high? So, why are the machine's prices so high that the average person cannot even consider purchasing it? They're expensive not because manufacturers want to fleece coffee lovers, but because all of the ingredients for great coffee are expensive. Many of the individual components in espresso machines, such as the boiler and pressure stat, are costly in and of themselves. The internal structure of top-tier machines is made of high-quality stainless steel and copper. You will pay more if you purchase a machine with additional features or choose automatic espresso machines over traditional espresso machines. Let's talk about these reasons in detail. Parts and materials. One of the primary reasons espresso machines are more expensive than other coffee makers is that they are far more difficult to manufacture. To maintain consistent temperature and pressure, the boiler and pressure stat, which can cost $100 on their own, must be of the highest quality. Espresso machines work by forcing water through compressed coffee grounds at high pressure in a matter of seconds. A minor error in pressure or temperature will result in poor results. Many machines also include additional attachments, such as steamers. Although steamers appear to perform a simple function, which is heating and steaming milk, integrating them into the rest of the machine while sourcing the best materials is a difficult task. An espresso machine is not only expensive due to the sheer number of parts, many of those parts are also expensive to produce. A grinder, a thermoblock, several portafilters, and a steam wand could all be included in a machine. The machine's exterior, which is typically finished in high-quality materials such as stainless steel or brushed chrome, adds to the cost. The machine has so many parts, which is one of the reasons why its manufacturing cost is so high. 1. Low demand. Espresso machines are not the home appliances that most people want in their houses. Moreover, people are not likely to spend more than $100 on kitchen appliances other than refrigerators and ovens. Due to the low demand, there are fewer options to choose from, resulting in less competition and higher prices. This is especially true for high-quality espresso machines used in commercial settings. There aren't many alternatives. As a result of your needs and limited options, you are forced to pay the higher price. 2. Durability. Espresso machines produce much better coffee and are of higher quality than most other coffee makers. Most espresso machine manufacturers are still concerned with product durability and longevity, which translates into more expensive parts and machinery. No one wants to keep on buying machinery again and again. An espresso machine is one of those appliances which take a lot of time and is a long-term investment. If you spend money on buying an espresso machine once, you will not have to worry about it for a long time. Its durability is the reason why manufacturing companies tend to spend a lot of money on the quality of materials they are using in the machine. Although espresso is becoming increasingly popular among private coffee consumers, most brands manufacture commercial espresso machines with the cafe and restaurant market in mind. Because these machines must withstand years of daily high-volume use, manufacturers invest in quality parts and long-term warranties. Vintage espresso machines from decades ago are still in high demand for a reason. It's because they still work after many years. To keep machines running at such a high level, manufacturers must keep a large stock of spare parts on hand and train repair technicians to fulfill warranty obligations. All of these expenses add up to the final price of the product. 3. Low sales volume. The high cost of an expensive espresso machine is due in part to calculations made by the manufacturer. Companies must make a profit, even if they are in the business because they love coffee. By definition, high-quality espresso machines appeal to a small group of restaurant and coffee shop owners, as well as some die-hard coffee enthusiasts. As a result, they typically sell in small quantities, and their manufacturers cannot achieve economies of scale. Manufacturers must raise prices to account for the relatively low sales volume in order to cover the high overhead costs and turn a profit for the company. However, those prices help to fund the research and development that makes espresso machines so good. 4. Labor pay. While manufacturing a machine, you are not just putting money into the materials. Labor, which is organizing all the components together, does not work for free. Manufacturing companies have to satisfy their workers as well. Behind every expensive espresso machine is a team of skilled individuals who contributed to its creation. The majority of machines are hand-assembled by skilled technicians. Top companies also have outstanding R&D, engineering, and design departments. Many people are involved in the process, and they must be compensated for their education and experience. But see, our channel is very different. We don't charge you anything. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button to pay for our efforts in making this video. So, what are you waiting for? Please go ahead and press that button. 5. Brand reputation. There are several brands that have built a reputation in the market for producing high-quality products with excellent styles in their machines. If you are passionate about coffee and your brewing, then you must have heard of these names: DeLonghi, Breville, and La Marzocco. You will pay more if you purchase a machine from one of the most reputable companies in the coffee-making industry. But you're not just paying for a sticker with a famous name on it. Because of years of investment in research and development, design, and quality testing, these brands have an excellent reputation for quality. Any extra money you spend on a well-known brand's espresso machine will go towards that company's extensive research and development department, as well as paying the salaries of experienced employees. Paying more for a more expensive machine with a brand name can sometimes result in a higher level of quality. What price is the best? So far, we've discussed why espresso machines are expensive, but what price is the best for the machine? You do not have to purchase the most expensive espresso machine. Some options are prohibitively expensive for the average owner or for anyone. You should be able to find a high-quality espresso machine for $500 or less. These machines will produce excellent espresso and will last for a long time. If you intend to use the machine frequently, you should look for a slightly more expensive model. In other words, don't buy the cheapest model you come across, but also don't buy the most expensive. It's pointless to buy a cheap espresso machine because it will most likely break and produce poor quality coffee. Super fancy machines, on the other hand, will not produce significantly better espresso and will include unnecessary features that you will almost certainly not use. There are different models available on the market which have different features, so you can study these models and choose the best one for yourself. Beginner espresso machines do not cost too much, but if you want extra features, then you have to go with semi-automatic or level espresso machines. So that was all from this video. I hope you have gotten a detailed idea about espresso machines and why the price tags of these machines have your whole month's salary written on them. Tell us in the comments if you would ever invest in an espresso machine or not. I'll see you again with another video on another topic.